Hi everyone, my name is Kristen and I am new to YouTube, though I want to make a channel that is for people who love to thrift and vintage shop and just shop in general like me. So my channel is basically going to be dedicated to providing thrift tips that I've learned along the way and just like giving you insight to running a Depop shop and how to effectively build one. And so today's video is going to be solely dedicated to building a Depop shop, running a Depop shop, and just all the giving you tips and insight to make your shop as successful as possible. So let's get into it. Okay, so my first tip that I have, so it's really easy to post on Depop, as many know. You just have to take a photo, you upload it, you set a price, all that. It's pretty there's not a lot that goes into it. Though I do think it's very important. When I first started out, I did not do this, and I think it's made such a difference since I started implementing this change. But I would say to keep a very cohesive feed when you are posting. So what this means is I think you need to pick a solid background color. I guess it doesn't need to be solid. It could be like a pattern, but pick either if it's a sheet or I just use my bedding to take photos on, so I lay the clothes on my bed. My bed is white, and so all my photos have a white background, and it just makes my feed look so clean and just I think it's more welcoming for people to swipe through because it's not a lot going on. It's pretty simple. So I would say pick one color. I've run into a few issues with white just because I'll thrift some white items and I can't necessarily take it on a white background just because it washes it out and you can't really see the item. So I would keep that in mind when you're choosing your color. But the plus side of choosing white is if you do so, you can turn up the brightness on the photo so that the colors of the item really pop along with the white is super bright in the background. So it just makes it very eye-catching for the user when they're scrolling through hundreds of different postings on Depop. So yes, the first thing I would recommend is very much pick one background, stick to it. I do see people, they'll do different, they'll do red, orange, yellow, green. They'll go through the colors of the rainbow and post listings based on those colors. And I think that's a very fun way to incorporate just something new into your shop. So do as you please. For me, I just stick with white. But then these are just some very standard protocol that not a lot of people implement, but it's just to make your life easier. I would say when you're posting any type of bottom or pants, always include the measurements. That's the waist, inseam, rise, all of those. It will make your life so much easier because you won't be spammed in your mailbox of people asking for the sizing. So it's just very easy, straightforward to do it once. Just take the measurements one time, post it in the description, and then people are aware of whether or not it will fit them. And then also going along with this is always know the stains and flaws of the item in your original listing and include photos of this. This makes the buyer, it makes them know what they're getting. So if you don't list these stains, then they're gonna receive an item that's not in the condition that they expected, and this will make them lose trust in you as a buyer and possibly leave a bad review, which is not gonna do you any good, as then people are gonna be less inclined to shop at your shop if people are saying that you promised them an item and they didn't receive the item as intended. So those are some just simple tips to implement, just make your life easier and so that you avoid problems later on. Okay, the third tip I would say is the one thing, if you're gonna do anything, I would suggest implementing this tip, is to update your photos daily. And this isn't hard at all. I do it on my walks to class, but it's basically on each of your listings, you're just gonna press the edit button, and then you don't have to edit anything, but you're just gonna be press the save changes button, and then this will put your photo on the very top of your feed. So basically boosts your posts and just in a sense gives it new life. So it'll be like posted on different things and just be like, people are gonna be more aware and you're gonna get more traction for this item if it's constantly refreshed. I've seen a major difference when doing this. Like if I don't do this, my sales numbers go like increasingly down, where I was doing this for like a month. I think it was in September. I did this where I would update it twice, all my photos twice a day, and my sales numbers went up 200% than the month before. So that is just evidence that this truly works. So if you do anything, I'd really suggest taking that advice. Another thing that you can do, and this is totally optional, it just creates more traction for your page, is to occasionally offer sales on your shop. So I sometimes do, like, I did a Labor Day sale. You can do sales going up to Halloween or Christmas where it's like a 3-day sale, and you list in your description, you're like, weekend sale, discounted until this day at 11:59 p.m. So everyone's just aware of how long, like, this is a limited time deal. And I usually set my items at 25% off, and it's just like typical marketing where people are going to be more inclined to buy if they are aware that this is limited time. They want the best deal possible. So if they're like, oh, this is only for 3 days, like they're going to be like, I need to buy this item, therefore increasing your sales. Going along with this, just like different incentives. So Depop has this thing that you can do where when it comes to bundles, so people buying multiple items from your shop, you can offer where it will say on your page like free shipping on bundles. I don't do this personally just because I realize I lose a little bit more money if I do free shipping like through Depop, but if I do it on my own and create my own listing, then it's just like easier for me. So you don't even have to do free shipping. You can do a discount, so you could be like 25% off bundles and list that in your bio. But this just encourages people to buy multiple items from your shop, which helps you because it clears out your inventory, and it's also you're getting a higher sales volume and you're selling more. So that's just a tip if you do want to sell more. You lose a little bit of money, but I think in return, like, it's well worth the cost. And lastly, so my last tip is to post inventory based on the season you're in. So for me personally, in these past 2 months, I've been selling more sweaters, pants, and just items like slip dresses and stuff that can easily like go along with costumes, and that's because Halloween is literally next week. So I would highly suggest that because people aren't they're not looking for tank tops and stuff right now, and like of course you can still post these, but like I would, if you have a lot of inventory, definitely post the items of the season before focusing your energy on those off-season items, because this will just make like a huge difference in your sales and because it's what people are looking for. So as of right now, that is all the tips I have for today, but thank you so much for listening. I will see you next time. Bye.